Yeah, so what if I was white? You guys know I love to think objectively about things because, well, it gives me the platform to show my mental prestige. You know, you could say you smart all you want. You could say you got all this knowledge and all this stuff all you want. But how is your objective thinking? Have you tried to imagine yourself being a crook, a thief, a swindler, a male prostitute, like they said I was? Have you tried to imagine being a male prostitute? That's something that once I know myself, then I was able to explore other objectives as this, what if I was this? What if I was that? What if I've already mastered myself. Okay, what would it be like if I was something else? I think in order to be a great leader, you have to have a good imagination, really, because you really need to think about what other people go through instead of yourself. Confirmation. So let's talk for a second, guys. I ain't gonna be long. What if I was white? What if I was white? What do I think I would be like if I was white? Let's say I had the same mind that I got now. Because your mental capacity is not about race. Let's take my mind that I have now, put it in a white man's body. What would I actually be thinking out here? Be like? Well, I'll tell you guys what I would think. I would like to think that what would I be like if I was white? With the same mind I got now. Well, I would enjoy the benefits of being white for a certain number of years. But then it was like it would come to a point where I would just be like kind of uncomfortable with my status. Not guilt, but just feeling uncomfortable, feeling like I need to reach a higher level. Okay, so I've benefited off being white, and I live in a white society. I got a nice condo overlooking, the river or whatever the fuck. I eat at the nicest restaurants. All my friends, shop here. They go there. But at some point, it would feel like I get stuck. Like I need to, like I'm not growing. And so I would be like, there's some white men who want to live in other countries too, because they're tired of the status. They're tired of the same status quo. Guys, there's two races. And I got this from Bobby Hemming. There's only two races that exist. And guess what? It's not black and white. It's conscious and unconscious. That's the two races that exist. I have to agree with that. And we have a system that loves to play off guilt. I've seen some Paul Mooney thing pop up on my feed on YouTube, and I watched about maybe a minute of it, and it had a white guy who was on the couch who was talking about how he felt guilty, and I guess Paul Mooney was representing the psychiatrist. Kind of reminded me of that whole Isaiah Thomas skit with Scottie Pippen. I didn't like that thing, that skit. A lot of the skits, people like Paul Mooney, and there have been others, and then you had a white man who's supposed to be guilty, and they try to create a platform that seems as if they're being open to the general population to come and see, hey, this is what the white man thinks and this is what the black man thinks. I don't get into stuff like that. I'm not a Paul Mooney fan, to be honest with you guys. Even if you tried to get me to watch some Paul Mooney stuff, I just wouldn't be interested. It's too many. I don't like generalizations. Now, Dave Chappelle, I liked his comedy skits, okay? I liked his comedy skits because he did an excellent job at being like objective, whereas Paul Mooney just came from one aspect of this is what black people go. I don't remember, I'm not a professional victim. So anything that comes off as a generalization that black people are a victim, I automatically shy away from that. That's somebody put me in a box. I don't like that. Like I said, I'm not even equal to black people. So how the hell can you generalize, me just the color of my skin? You see, that still keeps you at a low level mentally. When you create these generalizations, if you want to rise and consciousness, you got to get off the stereotypes, number one, and you got to think totally objective about everything. That's the only way you're going to supersede your race. I don't care what you is, Chinese, Mexican, whatever. You're not going to supersede your race until you are able to think objectively about things. But I didn't like that Paul Mooney skit. Matter of fact, it was just very cringy to me. I don't feel like the white man should feel guilty about anything at all. Okay. But I'm just telling y'all, just to close it out, you know, if I was a white man, eventually I would get tired of the box too. And as y'all see here, this is a mural in Chicago. In this mural, I wasn't able to get it, but the words at the bottom say, remember I told you Chicago, they went back to the 1920s. You got most black people, the only jobs is like, you know, bell hopping and some shit. For real, Chicago was back in the 1920s. Y'all hear me? And you white people, y'all know this shit is true too. It's very cringy, to be honest with you. And this is post-Obama. Are you serious? See? But at the same time, like I said, I can't stand up for the so-called black people, because if they don't wish better on themselves, then they're not going to be better. So no one's blaming a white man for things going back to the 1920s. See? You got to want to do better. Just like how I want to be better. Just like how I told people, you can't just be copying me what I eat. You got to want to do that shit, because somebody will try to copy what I eat. They'll take a photo, send it to me, and then if I don't pay attention to it, guess what they're going to do? They're going to go right back to what. See, that ain't doing shit. Copy, that's just copying somebody. You got to want to do better for yourself. Not just, oh, I'm going to eat good today just to appease the conscious one. Then another 6 days, I'm gonna hide my snacks under the bed like they used to do in the 80s before, you know, like Yuri Bizneval said, it's not demoralization. It's I forget what it was, but I mean, it is demoralization. But just to close it out, I can't, you know, this mural that you guys see, very cringy. Very, very cringy. And if I was a white man having a mind that I have right now, it would be the same thing, just cringy. You know. But no, white man shouldn't feel guilty about nothing. If the Negro doesn't scream that he wants to be better than a goddamn bellhop, then I mean, me as a white man, what the fuck I'm supposed to do about it? You know, I can't put a gun to these people's heads and make them want to do better for themselves or make them love themselves. They got to do that on their own.